Yo, what's going on, guys? Mike the Explorer back. Today we're talking about some Walking Dead. Walking Dead. And I've been a huge fan of the series since it started. Love the comic book series as well, but the TV series really connected with me on a personal level. As many of you know, Rick Grimes' last episode is next week, unfortunately. And Rick Grimes has been my personal favorite character since the beginning, all the way through. He's gotten some hate the past couple seasons, just not him, just overall The Walking Dead's gotten kind of some hate for not being, the way it used to be. But I feel like this season is really well done, really well written. I'm just loving it so far. But next week I feel like next week is going to be my favorite episode, as well as my least favorite episode. My least favorite because, of course, Rick is going to die. Supposedly, there's still theories. People say that he might escape in the helicopter or whatnot, but I just don't see it at this point. At this point, I don't see that happening. So last night, The Walking Dead, Sunday night, he got impaled by the rebar is it called, through his side, and I just don't see him coming back from that. I mean, if he was at Alexandria and that happened, maybe they could patch him up really quick. But he's, who knows how far from any civilization, any group, Hilltop, Alexandria, whatever. Who knows how far he is away? But I think it's going to be one of my favorite episodes next week because we finally get to see the return of Shane as Jon Bernthal, and I have loved Shane's character. I still love his character. A lot of people think he's a villain. I don't think he's a villain. I think he's just, well, I guess he was a villain in that way, but I feel like he's not Negan. He's not the governor, But regardless, I've been waiting to see him come back for a long time, They had him come back in season 3 with Rick, as Rick thought one of the governor's men was Shane, and he killed him. And we've had little mentions of Shane back in season 7 when he was, Rick told Michonne that Judith is Shane's kid, and back in season 4 talked about Shane, Carl talked about Shane, and it's like I've always loved Rick and Shane. They're both alpha males. I just love that early season 2, season 1 feel, and that's what I fell in love with The Walking Dead. I fell in love with it, and I just can't wait to see him back. Oh my god, that freaking trailer for next week they showed after the episode. Oh my god, the fucking music was so badass. It shows Rick, him walking on the bridge, and then him was really cool he was on the dead bodies, right? Then that was from the comics. It's like straight out of the comics, that scene. He was on the dead bodies of all the people he lost, And it's like, it's just so crazy. I don't know. We know it's confirmed that Jon Bernthal's coming back. Scott Wilson Herschel's coming back, even though unfortunately he passed away. And Sonequa Martin Green is coming back as Sasha too. I don't really know how that's gonna play in, but I can see them just being like dead bodies in the pile of the dead bodies. But who knows? There could be more. It could be Lori can come back. Carl could come back. Who knows? Who can come back? Dale, I don't know. It's just like it would be cool to see all the original cast, like T-Dog, Merle, like all the original cast come back. Maybe Andrea and Amy, like, oh damn, that would be so cool to see all the season 1, season 2 cast come back. But I'm happy they're bringing back someone, some people at least. But I saw that, what's it called? The scene of Rick and Shane in the police car. And I was like, oh my god, this is exactly what I was waiting for all these years. To Shane to come back and them to just talk. I'm so happy that it's not going to be just like a reference to Shane or Shane's dead body in the big group of bodies. I'm glad it looks like we're going to get some dialogue between the both of them in the cop car, And it's just, you see Shane, he has like a new haircut because probably he's, working on stuff and he can't shave his head like, for an episode, that would be ridiculous. But god, I'm so happy. And it shows like they're in the police car, they have the burgers and fries back in episode 1 they had, like they're eating with ketchup and shit, and they're sharing food, and you see them looking at it was interesting too. I don't know if you guys caught it. they're in their front view there. They had they were looking at the car that was flipped over, that Rick and Shane were, the guy came out of that car that shot Rick. And it was that police chase, that same car that flipped over, and the same guy that shot Rick, in the beginning of the season. So I think it's really cool that they're just like, I mean, obviously this is all Rick hallucinating this stuff, but it's still cool nonetheless to see Shane. Like, I wonder what they're going to talk about, I hope it's going to be like, obviously, they'll probably have, I feel like that's going to be like how obviously there's commercials and shit, throughout the episode. I think that whole scene will be like a commercial break in and of itself, like 10 or so minutes of just them talking and interacting. That would be so cool. That would be like a dream come true for me to see as a fan who loves Rick and loves Shane and loves their chemistry, their relationship. And just, I've always wanted to see Shane survive past season 2. I mean, I know it doesn't work for the story, and I feel like he died at a good place for him. But it would have been so cool to see, like, Shane interacting with the governor and the termites and Negan especially, and all these other groups, and see how Shane would have changed over the years, It would have been so cool to see. But I'm glad we're seeing something with him now. I hope that, okay, so it looks like Rick is riding up on the horse, and he rides up to the car, right? I'm guessing Rick just gets in and they talk. I hope Shane says something along the lines of, like back in season 2 when they had that big fight, right? The reason being mostly because Shane said, he said, I don't think he can do it, man. I don't think he can keep them safe. That's what he said, right? That's what Shane said to Rick. So I hope Shane says something along the lines of, I was wrong, man. You can keep them safe. You did that. Something like that. Something just to call. Obviously, the whole episode is going to be a callback to the first and second season. But oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm talking fast. I'm so excited for this episode, dude. It's going to be so sad to see Rick go. It really is. And I'm curious to see how the show is going to progress without him. I'm sure it'll do okay, not great, but it'll survive for a couple more years, I feel like. But oh man, I'm so excited. We see him back at the hospital talking to himself, really. And we saw a promo on Talking Dead where he's like, "Wake up, asshole," or something. It was just so cool, dude. I hope we see some more characters. I wonder how Hershel's going to play into all this. Whether he's going to be a scene for Rick or a scene for Maggie or both, But God, I can't wait to see Shane. I wonder what they're going to talk about. That's the thing, though. Like, I don't know. It's just going to be cool. Like, is Shane going to know, like, is Shane going to talk about the governor or Negan or, or what's going to, I don't know. It's going to be crazy to see. It'll be cool if Lori came back, too. But now that Rick's with Michonne, I don't really know how that would work. It would still be cool just, like, one last scene with Lori and just, I don't know, just talking, because, oh, man, I'm fucking excited, dude. But yeah, let me know if you guys, want me to talk about more Walking Dead stuff, because I love it. I could talk about Walking Dead for days, especially now that Rick's last week is next week, supposedly, but let me know. I mean, I'll talk about this, like I said, for a long time. I love the characters, and I'll probably do some more videos during the week about Walking Dead and just leading up to the, I was going to say finale, because it's like a finale for Rick, but leading up to episode 5 and just, what we're feeling and just, I don't know. So yeah, let me know what you think. I'll post more videos about Rick and his journey and just, I don't know, maybe some throwback stuff of him and just some character spotlight or whatever. But, oh man, excited, nervous. Favorite episode, least favorite episode coming up next week. Thanks for watching.